Welcome to Celestial Zodiac, your home for clear and grounded astrology. Today we're exploring how aspects in your natal chart can reveal the repeating life themes that show up again and again throughout your life. Aspects don't just describe personality traits. They show patterns in relationships, career, emotions, and the challenges you seem to face more than once. In this video, we'll look at how aspects influence life themes including relationships, career drive, emotional regulation, self-sabotage, and why certain experiences keep repeating. Understanding your aspects can help you see the deeper pattern behind your life instead of feeling like things are just happening randomly. Let's start with aspects in relationships. One of the easiest places to see aspect patterns is in relationships. The aspects involving Venus, Mars, and the Moon often describe the kinds of experiences you tend to repeat with other people. Challenging aspects can create tension, conflict, or strong emotional reactions, while easier aspects can bring harmony but sometimes also lead to complacency. For example, someone with Venus square Saturn may struggle with fear of rejection or difficulty opening up emotionally, while Mars opposite Pluto can create intense relationships with power struggles or control issues. Moon aspects can describe emotional needs and how safe or unstable relationships may feel. These patterns do not mean that relationships are doomed, but they can show the types of lessons that keep appearing until the energy is handled in a healthier way. Aspects often describe the kind of relationship dynamics your life keeps bringing back so you can learn how to respond differently over time. Moving on to aspects and career drive. Aspects also play a major role in how you approach work, ambition, and personal achievement. Mars aspects often show how you use your energy and motivation. Saturn aspects describe discipline and responsibility. Jupiter aspects show growth and opportunity. And Pluto aspects reveal intensity, power, and determination. When these planets form challenging aspects, career progress may feel slow, difficult, or full of obstacles, but those same aspects can create strong endurance and persistence. For example, Mars square Saturn can make success feel like it takes extra effort, but it can also build incredible strength over time. A strong Jupiter aspect may bring confidence and opportunity, while Pluto aspects can create a powerful drive to succeed no matter what. Difficult aspects do not mean failure, but they often show that career growth comes through pressure, effort, and learning to use your energy in a more focused way. Looking at how aspects affect emotional regulation, aspects to the Moon often describe how you experience and manage emotions. Easy aspects can allow feelings to flow naturally, while challenging aspects can create strong reactions, mood swings, or emotional stress. For example, Moon square Mars may lead to quick anger or impulsive reactions, while Moon opposite Saturn can create emotional distance or difficulty expressing feelings. Moon trine Venus can bring warmth and empathy, while Moon square Neptune may create confusion, sensitivity, or feeling overwhelmed. These aspects do not mean something is wrong, but they can show why certain emotional patterns repeat throughout life. When you understand your Moon aspects, it becomes easier to recognize your emotional triggers and learn how to respond in a more balanced way instead of feeling controlled by your reactions. Aspects can also be related to self-sabotage. Some aspects create internal conflict where one part of you wants something and another part resists it. This is often seen with squares and oppositions, which can create tension between different needs, fears, or desires. For example, Sun square Neptune can create self-doubt or uncertainty about direction. Mars opposite Saturn can make it hard to take action even when you want to move forward. And Venus square Pluto can create fear of losing control in relationships. These patterns may feel like self-sabotage, but in astrology they usually represent energy that has not been fully understood or integrated. The purpose of these aspects is not to cause problems, but to push you to develop awareness and strength. When the energy is handled more consciously, the same aspect that once created difficulty can become a source of power and personal growth. Although we often talk about aspects in terms of relationships, career, emotions, or personal struggles, aspects can actually affect every area of life shown in the chart. In astrology, the planets show the energy, the signs show how that energy behaves, and the houses show where in life that energy plays out. When two planets form an aspect, the life areas connected to the houses they occupy can become linked. This means the influence of an aspect is not limited to personality traits, but can also show patterns involving money, family, communication, health, friendships, beliefs, or any other part of life represented by the 12 houses. The reason we often notice aspects in relationships, career, emotional reactions, or self-sabotage first is because those are the life themes people tend to experience most strongly. For example, aspects involving the 7th house may show repeating relationship patterns, while aspects connected to the 10th house can affect career and ambition. Aspects involving the 4th house may describe family or childhood experiences, and aspects to the 6th house can show stress related to work or health routines. When planets in different houses form strong aspects, the situations connected to those houses may keep interacting throughout life, creating repeating experiences that feel familiar even when the circumstances change. This is why aspects are often described as life themes, because they can show patterns that appear again and again in different forms over time. When we talk about aspects showing up as repeating themes in your life, we're talking about situations where you may notice the same types of issues happening again and again. These themes could be similar relationship problems, similar career challenges, or the same emotional reactions in different circumstances. This happens because the natal chart describes patterns of energy that stay with you for your entire life. When transits or progressions activate those aspects, the same themes can return in a new form. For example, someone with Venus square Saturn may experience rejection more than once until they learn confidence and healthy boundaries, while Mars square Pluto may bring repeated power struggles until the person learns how to use their strength without becoming overwhelmed by it. Astrology does not say life is random. It suggests that life follows patterns, and aspects are one of the main ways those patterns appear again and again until the lesson behind them becomes clear. A common question people ask after learning about aspects and life themes is whether these patterns can be changed, especially when the aspect seems difficult. In astrology, aspects are not meant to trap you, but to show the kinds of energies you are learning to work with in this lifetime. Challenging aspects do not mean something is wrong with you, and easy aspects do not guarantee everything will always go smoothly. Instead, aspects describe tendencies, and the more aware you become of those tendencies, the more control you have over how they play out in your life. One of the most effective ways to handle difficult aspects is to understand the planets involved and learn how to use their energy in a balanced way. For example, a Mars-Saturn aspect may create frustration or delays, but it can also build patience and endurance when used constructively. A Venus-Pluto aspect may bring intense relationships, but it can also create deep loyalty and emotional strength when handled with awareness. Difficult aspects often feel like problems early in life, but over time they can become sources of resilience and personal growth. Astrology does not remove challenges, but it can help you understand why those challenges appear and how to respond to them more consciously. Positive aspects can also be developed instead of taken for granted. When a chart has trines or sextiles, the energy may come naturally, but it still needs to be used in order to reach its full potential. For example, a Jupiter trine may bring opportunity, but it still requires effort to make the most of it. A Moon-Venus trine may give emotional warmth, but relationships still need care and communication. Easy aspects show talents and strengths, but those strengths grow stronger when they are used intentionally. When you understand both the difficult and the supportive aspects in your chart, you can begin to work with your life themes instead of feeling like they are working against you. Thank you for watching Celestial Zodiac. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and share so you don't miss the next video and can keep up with the latest astrology lessons here on the channel. In the next video we'll look at common myths about aspects, including misunderstandings about squares, oppositions, and why difficult aspects are not always bad. Until next time, keep looking to the stars.